Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another late night, not quite morning edition of the Missing Wolves post-game podcast live stream, whatever we're calling it. But I'm Andrew here with my colleague. The first time talking to the 6'10" giant that runs
6'7". Don't give me three more inches.
The 6'7" giant that runs Wolves Twitter. Charlie Walton, how's it going, man?
I'm not doing too bad. This was a pretty entertaining game for as frustrating as it was. But yeah, I'm really excited to be here. So I appreciate you having me on.
Of course, man. I wanted to get you on for the Lynx season, but you were like in the middle of journalism school and all of that stuff, or getting into journalism school. So now I can tap into you a little bit more.
Yeah.
Totally. How's the U of M going?
It's going good. It's going good. I transferred in from Normandale, the community college, so the classes are definitely quite a bit more challenging, but they're enjoyable. So it's all been good so far. Yeah.
Yeah. It's different when you go from community college to like the U, but I'm glad it's going well. I mean, you deserve it. I was told from Nadine Babu, who is on the first game, post game, how the heck do you do the graphics so fast and so well? Oh, that was my only homework to ask you was like, how does he do the graphics in 50 seconds and that well?
Yeah. Honestly, it's just like I've done, like I use GoDaddy Studio, which was like called Over for a long time. And it's like, an app on your phone. And I've been using it since like the pandemic. And I've just gotten good at like learning the tricks of it. And I get the final score graphics fired up beforehand. So yeah, it's, that's funny that you asked me that, but yeah, it's I appreciate the compliment though.
I said that you were coming on. She was like, you just have to ask him that for me because like he is so good at social media.
Oh, I appreciate that. GoDaddy Studio. That's the answer.
Well, Charlie, let's get into it. I figure I'll just give you the floor first here. Luka Doncic, just a magnificent 49-point night, almost a 50-point night. He was getting everything he wanted. The title of this is The Wolves' Defense is Not Their Identity, because it just hasn't been so far this season. But what did you see from Luka tonight that was just especially, I don't know, we'll look at it from the Wolves side, so like heartbreaking?
Yeah, well, and it's just, I mean, he just did it in every way possible. It started with the domination off the screens, and like right then and there, you kind of knew the Wolves were in for a long night, I thought, because like Dwayne Wade pointed out, when they go under the screen, Luke was pulling up from the logo. When they go over the screen, he's attacking in, and he wasn't passing at all. It was a lot of floaters and layups and stuff. And Jaden was frustrated there. I'm sure we'll talk about the fouls or whatever, but yeah, I mean, he was unstoppable. And it's a shame because Ant played really well. And it was like the Ant versus Luka pairing was, or the matchup was as good as advertised. And then Luka just kind of ran with it and left Ant in the dust. And it really didn't matter what Ant was doing out there. It was just defensively, the Wolves, they just couldn't stop him.
Yeah, and it's just so interesting because last year in the postseason, they did such a good job of slowing down LeBron when he was in there. And then they kind of held Luka in check, which, I mean, let's just talk about the fouls. I mean, Jaden picks up a fourth foul in the third quarter. Mike Conley could not play tonight without, 4 fouls in like 9 minutes for him. Yeah. I mean, it really was, I'll leave it to you, but just, did you think the refs were like unfairly calling fouls, or do you think it was more of a frustration thing?
I think, most of the fouls to me were legitimate, although they were very frustrating. They were maddening. And a lot of times they were just kind of downright weird. Like Jalen pokes Austin Reeves in the face. That was really marginal contact. Reeves was laughing after it. I don't know what he says. I would love for Reeves to be mic'd up and we could hear him all the time, because he just seems like a card during the games. And then that one earlier in the game when Reed just kind of like toppled over Luka, but Nas really wasn't doing it. Like he was just trying to get up to defend the screen, and then it was a foul on him. So I think overall it was just a lot of unintelligent fouls, I would say. But with Luka, like when it was a lot of pump fakes with him, and it's like unique. Like same thing when you try to defend Joel Embiid, for example. The coaching staff is like, stay down on the pump fakes. Nobody can do it. Yeah. And it's maddening from a fan's perspective, but I don't know. I mean, it's just when Luka's in that groove and he's adding the, he always has the pump fake, but it's when he's scoring off the screens and in isolation, and then he's doing the stuff with the pump fakes with his back to the basket. I don't know. I don't know how you defend that, without drawing a ton of fouls in that regard.
He also, sometimes he doesn't pump. It's not like Jimmy Butler, where Jimmy's good for 3 or 4 pump fakes every drive to the basket. Mm-hmm. Like there's sometimes where Luka just pulls it quickly. There's sometimes where he pump fakes, pulls into it. If he doesn't get the foul, he's able to like make these circus passes. For me, the foul that, my eyes almost rolled out of my head was the Rudy Gobert take away the Ant dunk foul where Austin Reeves just kind of like flops over, and it is what it is. Like it's just that's how the NBA is called. I do think it's interesting, at least from like, optics wise, that the Lakers are always in the top 3 or 4 teams for fouls, and they have Luka now. So I would assume that that's going to be more egregious.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like you said, you got to stay down on those pump fakes. He got Jaden on one of them. He got Mike on another one of them. It's just easy points if you're sending Luka to the free throw line.
Yeah.
And then when he has it going from 3, where he's just hitting them from logos, it's just kind of over, which, Cole says here in the chat, Cole, we're going to try and talk you off the ledge here, hopefully, but the team is not serious.
Game 2. There's 80 more.
Winning a championship. They will have to blow this team up. It's awful. I bet we lose to the Pacers and maybe the Nuggets. What can you say to Cole, Charlie, that would maybe pull him a little bit off the edge here?
Well, Anthony Edwards had 41 points the other night, and then tonight he had 31 on 11 of 19 shooting. That in itself, I think should be step back from the ledge a few feet. But yeah, the Wolves definitely have issues to address defensively. Portland was relative. They kind of made whatever they wanted through the first 3 quarters, and then LA kind of did whatever they wanted for all 4 quarters. But the integrity of the the Wolves still played it wasn't like they were dejected at all, like they were in LA to start the year, last season. I don't know. I think Luka starting the game like he did, it just really catapulted everything for LA. And I know that's not really like he would have liked Jaden or Jalen or anybody to just be able to just contain Luka, and then the defense can do something else elsewhere. But I don't know. It was a tough matchup, I think, from the start when Luka is playing like that. But certainly I think a lot of times there's just with the defense, one pass away, there's open shots. And it was that way in Portland. It was that way again tonight. And that's where it doesn't matter who's playing. If it's Luka going for 100, that needs to be better. Point of attack defense, and you need to be able to rotate and not have easy shots be generated so easily.
It's one of those things that Nikhil did so good last year, right? Was just, even if it wasn't his rotation to take, he would just see someone getting open and just fly there. I feel like Mike did a really good job of that the last 2.5 years he's been here, but Mike just looks like it might be a different stage of his career, which 38-year-old point guards, this is what happens. My favorite point guard, Jason Kidd, it was over. He went to New York, and
I heard you say that on Wednesday's show. You were kind of sometimes with undersized point guards that can just fall off.
It's just done.
Yeah, you're right. That's a really smart point. Yeah.
And it might just be for Mike that it's done. I hope not, because I really enjoy him as a person, and I really want him to be a key piece on a championship winning team for his legacy. But Sean mentions it here that just Mike and Naz were pretty much unplayable, which I'd love to get your thoughts on Naz, because I think through the first 2 games, his defense has been noticeably pretty bad. I try to give him the caveat of he did have a really rough tragedy over the summer, and he's kind of admitted it. Ant talked to us before they flew out to Portland that he's just not quite in basketball shape yet, which makes sense. But what did you see out of Naz tonight?
Yeah, certainly. So I think offensively, tonight he shot 2 of 9, and he just looked really just deflated after some of those misses toward the end of the game. I certainly am with you, Andrew. I can't imagine what he's going through. I think Chris Hine, I saw tweeted about it too. You're going to be a little all over the place. The defense, though, I don't know. I mean, like, I hate to segue into this, but like the defense with Nas has always been a concern, and it was like he was getting blown by on the perimeter, and then defense like around the rim. He's never been a rim protector, and that's what was really damaging in Portland is when Gobert was off the floor. When Nas and Julius were out there, they couldn't get a stop at the rim. Part of that was because Portland, there was no point of attack defense, and they were just able to kind of get downhill. But still, when Gobert's not out there and Nas is tasked to be, I mean, he's a good shot blocker. He's just not a good rim protector, and it's weird. You don't think those two things would go together, but with Nas, they do. He's just not a very good defender. He's got a long wingspan. He can block a lot of shots, but defensively, it's hopefully he can start to figure out little things to improve. The Wolves really need him to, just he's going to be here for a while, and he has to be better defensively.
I mean, you're right. He does. He just has to, which if you're going to be like glass half full on it, hopefully as the season goes on, he's, kind of in game shape and, is able to kind of heal from the tragedy of losing his sister, that those things come around. I mean, the other thing is Nas is so hard on himself that, you see it when he misses a couple shots in a row. He beats himself up more than probably anyone could on the court. Yeah. And that's great because it means that Nas, it's how he got to this point, is being that competitive where he wants to be great. But it is just, it also leads to stuff like this. That's part of the reason why he has such high highs and such low lows in his play style. But Nas, I would bet on at least coming around at some point. Professor mentions down here too, we have to shelf that Luka debate. Luka
for tonight at least. For tonight at least, we can maybe regroup tomorrow morning. But tonight, I think Luka is on his own pedestal.
Yeah, and if this really is just a see what we can do type of Lakers season where Luka's going to get 50 almost every night, he can. That's how good Luka is. Yeah. But I think the other thing that, and I'll be more positive with this one, but I want to get your thoughts, is just Jaden. I think other than the fouls, which has been something that has plagued Jaden his entire career, the first two games have been really fun Jaden games. Yes. How about you?
Yeah, I completely agree. I had that down. I believe he had 12 attempts last night, or on Wednesday, 12 attempts again today. That was the third most on the team, against Portland. And I had that in my pregame notes. It's just like, this needs to continue. This needs to, where Jaden, he was getting a lot of his looks in the flow, but he was just a constant presence offensively. And I think the word constant is really important with Jaden. Tonight he went 0 for 4 from deep, which is, he was 3 for 4, I believe, in Portland. Was positive just because Jaden, even when he was having that breakout toward the end of last season, he wasn't particularly good from beyond the arc. I think he obviously will need to continue to get better there. But overall, it's just like you mentioned, the fouls and the frustration that came with that was the unfortunate part of tonight's game. But again, Luka was, anybody would have became fed up with what he was doing. So very positive from Jaden. I think, only the 10 points, nothing really jumps out. But I'm with you. I think overall, these last two games have been a good start to the season for him offensively, or encouraging at least.
Yeah, for me, it's, 5 of 8 from 2. If Jaden's going to do this grab and just drive, go in fast breaks, he is an unbelievable athlete. In the first half alone, he was kind of proving that this new faster play style really suits him.
It does.
But the 3-point shooting is probably going to be the thing with Jaden for his entire career. Is Jace Frederick jokes quite a bit of is he Andre Roberson, or can he get better than that? And I don't think Jaden's ever going to be like a 44% 3-point shooter, but if he can get you something, even if it's just 35%, I think it changes the makeup of this team.
Yeah. Well, and he's talked too, and I think it was Jaden, KD would probably vouch for this too. When you're taller and you've got longer limbs, I'm pretty sure it was Jaden was the one that said this. Your mechanics, it's really easy for your mechanics to kind of get wonky. And Jaden's jumper is unique, and he kind of pulls it really high. And his unique jumper is effective when he's in the paint, and he's got those little mid-range pull-ups because he could just hang and shoot over anybody. But then 3-point wise, I think that's where it might get a little bit like just consistently repeating the same jumper, being as long and as tall as Jaden. Like, yeah, you can shoot over guys, but then it's really hard to repeat that jumper. So I wonder if that still is part of Jaden's issue. I'm just speculating right now, but I can't help but think maybe that's part of it.
Certainly could be. I mean, it is hard to have. I mean, I don't think people truly realize that, like, yeah, he's listed at 6'8", 6'9" on 2K. He's like a 7-footer. Like,
yeah, he's huge.
He is a giant dude.
Yeah.
And like, there's a reason giant dudes outside of Wemby don't have like great 3-point strokes.
Yeah.
Charlie, I'm going to throw us over to a couple ad reads though, because I do have to pay bills at some point. When we come back though, I do want to talk point guards with you, because I feel like this was another game where it worked for the most part, but like, I don't know how sustainable this is. But first, ads. Well, hello. Thank you, Livestream Andrew. This is Ad Read Andrew. And today we have Firehawk Construction and Remodeling, the presenting sponsor for the Missing Links podcast. Firehawk Construction and Remodeling strives to inspire people to follow their ideas, working with respect and understanding to create a quality, tailored result. Firehawk Construction and Remodeling, located in Blaine and serving in the North Metro area, is here to help you with your building and remodeling needs. I can say personally, thanks to Firehawk Construction and Remodeling, I have a beautiful deck in my backyard, and countless projects that I started, they finished. Get started on your new deck or remodel today by calling Isaac at 763-710-5686. And we're back with another ad read. This time for Pence Homes, the presenting sponsor of Hitting the Hardwood Network. From the best tools and technology to transparency throughout the entire process, Nate Pence and the Pence Homes team is the top choice for buyers, sellers, and is proud to support you and your home ownership goals. Get started today by calling 612-308-1122 or by emailing info@pencehomes.com. All right, Charlie. So point guards. Kind of shocks the world. Dante DiVincenzo gets the gig prior to Portland.
Yeah.
Tonight played better, like admittedly, 28 minutes, 4 assists. I don't think he had 6 turnovers. Let me check.
Yeah.
Correct. No turnovers. In fact,
okay. All right.
He is now only averaging 3 a game.
There we go. Dante is starting to curve back.
But with this Dante experiment, I would say like it is a lot of Ant, a lot of Julius kind of initiating things. To their credit, both of them had 5 assists. They only had 5 turnovers to their 10 assists. Like, that's not the worst thing in the world. But then looking down the bench, I mean, Bones Highland gets 16 minutes. 6 of those were in garbage time. You look at Mike Conley, just 9 minutes, minus 11 in those 9 minutes, just 4 fouls. It was a mess for Mike. 2 turnovers, which is wild. And that's kind of it. I mean, they really didn't play tonight with a point guard. And I wonder what your thoughts are just on how sustainable this type of play style is as more tape gets put out on this team.
Yeah. Well, I think the first thing I noticed tonight was like Julius Randle was effectively the point guard. Like, he was taking the ball up every time down, and he did well. Like, Julius is a point forward. We talk about it all the time. Tonight was a good example. You know, the 5 assists doesn't jump off the page, but he really kind of controlled the offense really well. He had a great game overall. Julius has had a really good start to the season. He's exactly what the team needs right now from him. I'm with you though. It's a lot to ask of Julius and Ant over an 82 game season to be like, not only do you guys have to be our 1A and 1A, 1B, but we also want you to be like our point guard at the same time. And do like, it's an odd kind of dynamic there. So, but for as long as this team is made up how they are, I don't know how you really, because Dante DiVincenzo is not a point guard. He showed that against Portland. I get Portland's pressure is a little unique to them, but like when it matters most, that's the defense the Wolves are going to face, because that's how you beat the Wolves. It's kind of how like Indiana showed it in the regular season, and the Thunder showed it in the playoffs. Like, you play fast and you pressure. Dante's not a point guard. Finch said it before the season. He's at his best when he's an off-ball shooter.
Yep.
So then that means like in the starting lineup, unless you're going to replace somebody else for a point guard, which you're not, if Dante's going to be the one guard moving forward. He likes to call himself a basketball player. He doesn't like to, put a position on him. But
he really doesn't like the position.
No, he doesn't. Yeah, he said that in LA today.
Does not enjoy that.
Yeah. So if that's what's going to happen, you're going to have the basketball player Dante be your point guard. Like Julius and Ant, they're just going to have to shoulder more of it. And then hopefully what can happen is the defense comes around and you can get more quick outlets. Jaden can get involved. He's really good in transition, like you mentioned. So Bones Highland, he's done fine off the bench. Not fine. He's done well. But yeah, for as long as this is kind of how it is, I think Julius and Ant just by default are going to have to shoulder more.
Against Portland, second half, they did kind of Terrence Shannon Jr. bring the ball up. Let's see what happens. He plays 13 minutes, has 2 turnovers, minus 13 tonight. Did not look comfortable for, I would say, pretty good stretches of this game. It looked rough for TJ. Bones, like you said, he's fine. Like I think Bones maybe is getting a little bit, it's interesting with Bones because he is like a good floor reader. Like his assist to turnover ratio, whole career has been fine. Tonight, again, 2 assists, no turnovers. Like he's fine, but I don't think he's going to play 36 minutes for this team. And then we talked about Mike, and I'll just kick it to you. What do you make of the Rob Dillingham of it all?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't look in Portland. There was not a single time in that game where I was like, Rob Dillingham should be in right now. He would not have done well. Portland's pressure would have played him off the floor as quickly as he got on the floor. It wouldn't have been a good situation for him. And then tonight, when Conley goes down with the injuries, with the fouls, Finch goes right to Bones Highland. Highland won the job in the preseason. If you want to look back then, he played really, really well. So I don't know. Rob's in a similar situation he was last year. I think I don't know how you break through. When Bones, like we said, he's fine. He's what the Wolves need from him, I think, in that situation. He's lengthy. He's a little scrappy defensively. He fits more what the Wolves want to do right now. So I don't know. It's tough. I'd like to hear what you think about Rob, because I really don't have a good answer for him right now. I don't know.
I have learned over the last 5 years writing on this team that Chris Finch just has a type. His backup point guard cannot turn the ball. Whether it was Monte Morris, who had an all-world assist-to-turnover ratio, whether it was Jordan McLaughlin, who's breaking records going multiple weeks without a turnover. Even if you look at Pat Beverly, Austin Rivers, Chris Finch favors players that if they're going to play 12 minutes, they might miss a couple shots, but they're not going to just cough the ball up going the other way. And Rob's biggest thing, even going back to Donda, is turnovers. He was a turnover sieve in Kentucky. Last year, every opportunity he turned it over. Last summer league, he turned it over. Last training camp, he turned it over. This summer league, he turned it over. And then this training camp, there was 2 really good games, 2 average games, and 2 really bad games. And I think when you look at Bones, he's just not going to turn it over. He might take a really bad shot at some point, but that gives you the opportunity for an offensive rebound or to get back in transition. He's not just telegraphing a pass that leads to a dunk.
Right.
So I don't know how Rob breaks into this. And Sean brings up, if they're not going to play Rob, why not trade him before his value tanks? That's where I'm at right now. I think it's telling that they're not playing him. I thought if it was we don't want his confidence to get crushed, maybe he would get some time here against LA when the game mattered. But I do wonder if that's maybe what the play is just keep him on the bench, keep his value high, and see if you can make a move at the deadline with a guy that is still, I'll be honest, other teams really think, other teams' media members, I'll say that, think really highly of him. A lot of people are what is Minnesota doing? But to me, that's all it is just the turnovers, which unfortunately for Rob, you don't get better at that without playing.
Well, exactly. That's just it. Is he can't find a groove, and I definitely can see the the stance on just being like, hey, we just got to move on from him at a certain point. My thing is like right now, the only value he has is the unknown and the excitement of what's to come. He hasn't shown anything. So the other part of it too is like with Tim Conley, that'd be a really pretty big ding on his resume. He doesn't have many at all. His track record's been pretty flawless in Minnesota. So if Rob Dillingham gets moved, I have no idea what a package would look like, but at the deadline, like, wow, you really traded up to draft this guy. And it's like clear. And like, let's say he goes somewhere, he gets traded wherever, and he actually plays well. And he still is turning the ball over. He's able to work through it. And then it's like, you realize, well, Tim just drafted a player that, like you mentioned, is not Chris Finch's type and just was never really going to have the opportunity with the stakes that the Wolves are playing for and all these things. So it's tough right now for Rob, certainly.
I completely agree with you. Like if he ends up having to kind of punt on this, like that will probably be the biggest ding. I mean, I think we can give him the Wendell Moore one, but that was also like Gupta and Gerson Rosas's like staff, and Tim just showed up and was like, oh, we're getting Wendell. Okay, whatever. But like, I just don't know where his path is to getting minutes. Like I have been really hopeful for him because he is a really hard worker. He's a really nice guy to talk to. He's, from everything I've heard and seen, like good around the locker room. Coaches really enjoy working with him. But, you know, if I mean, I'll say it this way too. Like his salary is also a salary where if you were to trade him, the only thing you're really getting is a guy on a rookie contract back, unless you pair him with a Julius or something like that, which
if that's happening at the trade deadline, things are going pretty bad for the Wolves, you know?
Yeah. Like if Julius or Rudy is being traded like that, they are a sub 500 team. I think if that happens, but if it's just Rob, like I can't really think of a team that would trade a rookie contract asset for Rob. That I don't know. What are your thoughts? Do you think like a trade of Rob is even like a possibility this year?
Yeah, I don't, like you said, I mean, the money's going to make it tough. The second apron teams are still trying to figure things out. That just makes everything so difficult. The only path for Rob to get minutes is what it was last year. At least the way it looks right now is it's to come in through injuries. It's if Bones Highland isn't available and Mike isn't a factor, maybe he's out of the rotation in a few weeks. It's like, then Rob's going to have an opportunity. Maybe there's just lower stake. I mean, every game means something. So I don't want to say this, but like, you know, it's like, well, like when the Wolves were in Portland last year, and that's where Rob got his first opportunity to kind of come in. And like, you know, Mike was out at second half of back-to-back. I think Mike was resting, and that's where Rob came in, and he actually played well. Like he didn't do too bad. And that's the thing that I'm hung up on with Rob is like in his time, like that actually means something. Like not summer league, not preseason, not garbage. He actually has played pretty well. And he's showing you like defensively, at a certain point, he's going to get targeted. And that's where it's like he needs to just, that's only going to get better with him putting on more weight, really, because he's the same height as Mike. Mike knows the tricks of the trade, but he's also jacked, and he can hang with like Rui Hachimura, for example. Rob can't. But you know, like, but defensively, Rob tries. He works hard. He navigates screens well, and offensively, he might turn the ball over, but he's electric. And the Wolves, I mean, Chris Finch has said like that's the kind of player they need in certain spots, and it's just he hasn't had the opportunity to really run with that at all. So
it's weird because, like, one, I'll say you're completely right. Like when he has gotten extended minutes, like he's looked pretty good. Like he hasn't looked bad. I wouldn't say he looks like, oh man, this guy's gonna put us over the hump good, but like he looks fine. And I don't know, I just like with Bones getting the minutes over him, I just feel like that's been pretty telling to start the year, because this is where you would theoretically just throw Rob out there and see what happens. I don't know if it's a gel thing where he just isn't, you know, gelled in with the team. I don't know if it's, my guess is it's the turnovers. I could be completely wrong. I mean, Finch is very good at not throwing players like directly under the bus. He'll kind of sidestep it and be like, it's a matchup thing, or Bones won the job, or like he's just very good at not just obliterating a player for no reason.
Yeah.
But it is telling. Like, it's telling
Mhm.
that he's the 8th overall pick a little over a year ago, and he's, I mean, honestly, I'd say he's probably the 11th guy on this team.
Yeah. Well, and it's just it's tough
tough.
when you it's tough when you draft a guy who's built like Rob, like, and it's sad to say because you could be super talented, and it's just going to take time when he's that undersized, both physically and then height wise. Like, he's got a negative wingspan too. He doesn't have a long. I mean, you got most NBA players have really like freakish. Like, look up NBA players' wingspans. Like, compare it to your own.
Bones is the perfect example.
Yeah,
like
he's got a huge
like
wingspan.
6'7".
Yeah, and like DeAndre Jordan's 6'11", he's got a 7'6" wingspan. Like, what in the world? I mean, so Rob isn't that. And when you draft a guy who just physically, it's going to take time. That's just it. He's going to take time, and it was very much when he got drafted. You looked at it, you watched the tape, and it's like, this is a project type of player coming to a team that, like, Ant is like. Ant wants to do 3 things. He wants to win MVP, win a championship, and like whatever. I think he said, like, make an all defensive team. Like, when you got a team that's the expectation from your leading player, like, Rob, like, you really, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if you play like fine, like he has done in his time. It's just the fact that he's not going to become like some players are drafted and they just have an NBA ready body. Terrence Shannon Jr. is one of them, and that allows them to excel in certain areas that it's just like, hey, we don't have to worry about you when you're on the court. With Rob, it's like, we have to worry about stuff that you physically can't control when you're going up against Delano Banton and the Blazers.
It's the difference between Jalen Clark and Rob, right?
Right.
Like, Jalen Clark, only a year and maybe a couple months older than Rob, but like, he is built. He knows where to stand. He just kind of gets how to not make mistakes, and he's great on defense. Where Rob, like you said, he tries. Like, Rob does try. He exerts calories on defense, which is a lot more than some NBA players do. Yeah, but it's just such a can of worms. He really should be on a team like Brooklyn, where they're just go roll the ball out. You and Cam Thomas shoot 55 times a game and like have fun. Like, I don't know what his future or his path is on this squad, but it's been bleak. I do want to ask you one more thing before we get out of here. Johan got a few minutes at the end. Gonna be honest, love that kid. Like, I just love watching him play. Yeah. How'd you feel about the 4.5, 5 minutes of Johan at the end of the game?
Yeah, well, it's just good experience. I don't know. Maybe I place too much emphasis on this. I've said it the last couple of years, like, Johan and Rocco Zikarsky getting minutes at Madison Square Garden in the preseason, like, just to take it in. Like, you're playing at, and then now tonight you're playing in Staples Center. You're playing when LeBron James is right there. You're playing on Amazon Prime, even though, I mean, they still know it's a national televised game. It's like, that's a good experience. So, the Wolves need rim pressure. So, Johan Berenger getting a shot at just some, like, break the glass, dude. We need, like, if it might come down to that, who knows? If if the season starts to play out next couple of weeks and Gobert, when he's on the bench, the Wolves still can't get a stop at the rim. It's like, that's the one thing I thought the Wolves maybe could have looked at, getting like a break the glass, just like a DeAndre Jordan type of center this offseason. But right now it's Johan. I mean, Leonard Miller is really not a defensive presence. So who knows? So bottom line, it's just good exposure, I think, for him tonight more than anything. But yeah, I mean, 4 rebounds, and then he had that dunk or whatever. So
he had the contest against Bronny, where Bronny is like going right side, and you could just kind of see it. Like, Bronny definitely thought, like, I'm going to get to the rim here. I'll get a little bucket. And Johan jumps approximately 37 feet in the air and almost blocks a floater. And it's like, he does stuff like that where it's just like, yeah, he's going to be something. Like,
yeah, his athleticism is just insane.
I don't know what he's going to be yet, but like,
yeah,
he's going to be something on this team. I don't know if it's this year, but I'm going to be honest, like, on nights like tonight where Rudy checks out of the game and kind of the wheels fall off, it does make you wonder how much worse it would have been if they just looked at Johan and were like, go on in there, buddy, see what you can do.
Yeah, no, he'll be like, the dude just flies in transition. And that's, if the Wolves want to be a fast-paced team, just not only, like, I'm not even talking this season or next season, but just if that's a part that they want to have ingrained in them, like, he fits that bill to a T.
He does.
so athletic. And some of that is he's 19, and I always go back on, it's like he learned basketball in what, 4 years or whatever. Like, what is he going to do in 10 years? And that's where it gets really exciting. And that's partly part of the reason the Wolves picked him so high. Is it's like, okay, like you learned English in less than a year, you learned basketball in 4 years. Obviously you're special. You're a special human being. You're a special basketball player, when you're going to do something. So, yeah.
I was talking to Alan Horton about him, and we were both just kind of sitting there like, he doesn't do anything other than basketball. Like, really? In summer league, I was like, what are your hobbies? And he's like, looked around and went, basketball.
Yeah.
And I was like, you don't play FIFA, you don't play 2K, like nothing? He's like, nope, this is it. And just it's basketball. Just kind of like, oh, you're like a basketball sicko, and you're like 18 at the time. Like, I get the appeal with him. And then you look at him in practice, like he's glued to Kevin Hansen. He's always working on something after practice, whether it's footwork. Like, that kid, if there's a positive tonight, we got to see the first of Johan, because I don't think that's going to be the last that we see of him. Rocco might be a different story. He's a vibes player, but Johan, I think, has a real crack at it.
Rocco's got a good jump shot, though. Rocco's got a good jump shot. Like, I noticed that when I was watching, like, I was looking up clips on him. Like, he naturally just has a really good. I don't know if that's going to mean anything for his career long term, but just. Well, I don't know. I mean, like, my mindset's like, okay, he's going to be like Cat, or Kristaps Porzingis or somebody, is just, or Wemby, whatever. Like, I was thinking more of like a stationary shooter, but that's, I don't know, that's not talk for 12:30 after the Wolves lost game 2 of the Lakers, but his jumper looks good. I'll just leave it at that.
I will say, when he got drafted, like I was like at the Target Center, he got drafted. And we were all like, who the F is Rocco Sierkarski? So we all start like panic looking, and every draft guide was like, this guy's a shooter. Like, he has upside here. And like, I found the like boomers statistics for over the summer, and it was like 40% 3-point shooter. And he had shot in 5 all year. And I was like, well, can we really say he's a shooter when you shoot 5 threes in 16 games? And then you see him in practice, and like it looks good for a guy his size. Like, the jump shot looks good. That's probably,
like we mentioned, it's tough. It's tough for players that tall to have a repeatable and condensed jumper. You think when you're tall, it's like you just want to go as high as possible, but it's like you keep it together more. Look at Cat's jumper. I mean, he shoots it basically at his head. So his jumper looks good on Rocco.
For me, and it's funny because now Tiago Splitter is the I think he's going to be doing the Portland head coaching duties for the foreseeable future. Like, that's probably his path, is like slow, pretty good interior defender, can hit threes. Okay. Maybe he gets on a Spurs team that has good ball movement, and it's fine. But Charlie, that's all I had tonight. We had almost 400 people come through a live stream at 12:30 after a loss. So to everyone who swung by here, you guys are the true basketball crazies, because I would not be doing I would not be in a live stream right now. If this was 7 years ago and the Wolves lost to the Lakers, I would be going to bed immediately and kind of grumpy. All of you are better fans than I am. Charlie, I do want to give you the opportunity, though. Anything you want to plug, anything you got coming out? Are you doing anything with the Gophers this year? The floor is yours.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody just keeping an eye out for my stuff at Zone Coverage. That's really all it is for now. We'll definitely, I just haven't had the time yet. I'm going to try to get my foot in the door over here for the Gophers, try to see if I can, cover the basketball games. But yeah, just for now, it's Zone Coverage and all my stuff on social media. So I appreciate you giving me the stage there for a second.
Of course. Charlie, you're more popular than I am, and you've been here longer than me. But if you haven't followed Charlie yet, Charlie Walton on Twitter, awesome follow, awesome graphics, and his writing's awesome over at Zone Coverage. So nothing but good words for Charlie out of me.
And likewise,
thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, really quickly, I just want to say what you've done, is just insane work for us at Zone Coverage. Like the content that you put out, like, I appreciate it. Just, especially now with FanDuel is kind of iffy on like Chris Finch's, they're having a camera in there.
Ridiculous, right?
I don't know what that's all about. Yeah, I hope that changes. But no, I appreciate it. I know the fans appreciate you. You do tremendously good work, very smart individual. So I appreciate everything you do.
We got elite basketball minds over at Zone Coverage. I keep saying we're going to take over and start Ringer Midwest, but like I think we could on the basketball side.
Yeah, Jonah could be an assistant coach probably. I mean, he knows the game.
Literally, Jonah Maves, for anyone who's still listening to us ramble now. And we hit 400 people that have come through. So to the 3 people that have hopped in and are like, what on earth is this? This will be released tomorrow morning as a podcast, Spotify, Apple, anywhere you get your podcasts. You don't need to listen to this part, but if you want to catch the actual part where there's like basketball content, it will be up everywhere tomorrow at 7-8. But Jonah Maves, I am convinced like we're just going to not hear from him anymore, and then we're gonna find out he's like a scout for the Raptors. He's
so
a basketball smart at breaking down tape and stuff. Like, he should be employed by a team. But Charlie, thank you so much. We'll do this again at some point this season. To everyone that came by to check this out, check the live stream out, subscribe over on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, all that stuff helps me out. But we will be back Sunday after the home opener against the Pacers. Ryan Eichten from Canis Hoopus and the 2 Words Wolves Pod will be my guest live from the bowels of Target Center after they wrap up. And thank you everyone for listening.